Hello, beautiful souls. My name is Jamie, and I am your friendly neighborhood tarot advisor, and I am here with your weekly tarot forecast. I use the tarot in combination with astrology to go ahead and kind of forecast the energy that you can expect every single day of this week. So before we get started, please make sure that you hit that thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, and also hit that little notification bell so that you can be notified every single time I upload one of these videos, and you can go ahead and prepare for your week ahead. Also, make sure that you check out the links below. You will find the link directly to my website, as well as a link to help you subscribe to my weekly newsletter, where I also provide weekly transit updates, as well as a personal card pull for my subscribers. You will also find a link for personal readings below, where I can do personal readings for career, love, money, and just general energy check-ins to see where you're at and see what might be coming up for you. So without any further ado, here is your weekly tarot forecast. Okay, so let's see what we need to know for the first week. A couple days at the end of the week, but we will pull a card for each week, then we will correlate that energy to the astrological transits taking place. So let's see what the overall theme is for next week. Ooh, so the overall theme is luck is on our side. Who doesn't want luck? And we have new moon energy happening. New moon in Sagittarius. Sagittarius is seen as the archer. And essentially, if you think about it, when the archer is pulling back its bow, it's shooting that arrow, that desire, that action, that fire energy towards a particular goal. And when we have new moons, this could be a new opportunity, new beginning, fresh start opportunity to really shoot that arrow towards the goal, to really harness the desire of what it is we are wanting to bring in to reality for ourselves and really hit that mark, for us to really hit that target. So let's see. I'm going to sit this right here. So let's see what the energy has to say for the week. Goodness, they really want to talk. So for Monday, this is the day that Venus is actually moving into her home sign of Taurus. And anytime we have a planet moving into its domicile or its home sign, that planet is essentially going home. And she's moving there from being very uncomfortable within the sign of Aries. And on Monday, it shows that the Six of Swords is saying that we are mentally moving on. We could be moving away from relationships. We are moving on from things physically or even mentally. We are just leaving the stress, leaving the anxiety, leaving the worry behind us. We're taking what we've learned, we're taking what we experienced with us here in our suitcase, and we're just moving on. Mentally, we are moving on from where we've been. So that's really, really nice. Tuesday, we have the Hanged Man in reverse. Tuesday is when Mars is moving into its home sign of Aries. And Mars is all about desire. It is all about action. Can be all about aggression, but the higher vibe or the higher manifested state of Mars energy is taking action and really going after what it is that we desire. It's also our physicality, so physically how we feel and our energy levels. And it's moving into its home sign of Aries. Aries is definitely a go-getter sign. It is the fire starter. So it's definitely this card of the Hanged Man in reverse resembles like understanding what needs to change, understanding what sacrifices needed to be made so that we can move forward with a new perspective, so that we can move forward with a more enlightened state. So these two cards coincide perfectly and beautifully with the astrological energies that are taking place so far this week. Now, Wednesday, Mercury's day, go figure, we have the King of Swords in reverse. And the King of Swords in reverse can represent a couple of things. It can represent that maybe you are dealing with an energy of someone who is mentally or verbally kind of abusive, a bully, someone who is mentally or verbally manipulative. This could also represent that you're maybe just really overthinking things. So now that you've moved forward with this new perspective, you could be stalling this energy by overthinking it and overanalyzing it. And when we do this, we don't really, it kind of stalls the energy. It begins to become stagnant. We're kind of spinning our wheels, so to speak. So the King of Swords, when he's in reverse, can represent that we are overthinking things, that we are feeling anxious, we are overanalyzing maybe how we're going to move forward or how things are taking place. So if that's the case, we want to turn this around and we just want to look at the bigger picture. We don't want to look at how we're getting there. We just kind of want to see the bigger picture. We want to just focus on the end result. We want to think logically about what's happening and what's taking place that day versus overthinking it and overanalyzing it. Recognize that there's only so much that you can do when it comes to things that you're doing, actions that you're taking, or experiences that you're experiencing. There's only so much of it that's actually in your control. And when we begin to overthink and we begin to overanalyze, we are focusing on the things that are out of our control. So remind yourself of that on Wednesday if this is how you're feeling. Thursday, we have Justice in reverse. So this can represent that you are choosing to make a choice, that there is a choice that is being made, because justice can represent choices and consequences. And it could also represent that if any legal matters are occurring throughout the week, that a decision could be made on Thursday. This can also represent that you are now really seeing the truth of your actions, because justice is essentially life reflecting back to us. So we are now seeing that how we make specific choices always turn out to, we end up getting the same results if we continue to make the same choices we continue to make. And it looks as if justice is showing up to us on Thursday saying, hey, we're now taking accountability for the choices that we've been making. We're ready to move forward with a new perspective. We see what happens when we overanalyze, and we're now going to make different choices based upon that. We're going to take accountability for our actions, and we're now going to move forward with this sense of accountability and self-awareness. Friday, we have Temperance in reverse. Temperance in reverse can represent that there's a need for patience and there's a need for balance and harmony. When temperance is in reverse, it can represent that the energies, the masculine and the divine feminine and the divine masculine, something is out of balance. And it may be that there's a need to ultimately sit, to rest, and to receive, versus continuously pushing ourselves to do more and more and more. We want to come back to a state of balance. We want to come back to a state of harmony. So it feels as if you're finding yourself stuck in this loop, thinking that I need to do more and more and more and more and more, instead of focusing on doing more, focus on the fact that luck is on your side, and that even putting in that more is not always better. We'll say that more is not always better. So on Friday, practice patience. Practice keeping things in balance and don't overdo it. Have faith that everything is going to work out. Have faith that luck is on your side and the actions that you're taking, they're going to hit the mark. Here on Saturday, wow, we are really hitting it with some major arcana at the end of the week. So and this is actually going to probably coincide with Pluto going retrograde in Aquarius on May 2nd. Pluto is a generational sign. And so unless you are actually experiencing personal Pluto transits, or unless you have Pluto in a fixed sign, like if you have prominent fixed placements, so Taurus, Scorpio, Aquarius, or Leo, I wouldn't expect for you to really feel this Pluto energy too much. But with Pluto going retrograde, this is probably why we're seeing major arcana come out towards the end of the week. So here on Saturday, we have the moon in reverse. And the moon in reverse can represent that there are a lot of fears that are coming up. There's a fear of the unknown that is happening. And there's also a real need for you to actually listen to your intuition versus listening to those fears. When the moon is direct, it's about having faith that allowing yourself to sink to the bottom is going to help you tap into that subconscious energy, for you to actually see the truth, for you to feel that intuition, and for you to have faith that the path you're on is divinely guided. But when this card's in reverse, it can indicate that there's a fear of the unknown, and that there's a real need to actually listen to our intuitions and our dreams, because they are sending us messages. So keep that in mind for Saturday. And on Sunday, we have the Seven of Cups. And the Seven of Cups can represent that we're not really clear about what it is that we really want. We have a lot of options in front of us, and they all seem very, very tempting. But are they all going to really get us to where we want to go? Because they may not all lead to the destination that we actually value. And that's going to be key, is understanding which of these options, which of these paths resonate most with what you value. And the reason that I say value is because the Seven of Cups is tied in with Venus in Scorpio. Scorpio is deeply intense, and Venus is about value, what it is that we value. Okay, so it's really about feeling unclear. Maybe on Sunday, you're feeling really unclear about what it is that you want to do and what path that you want to take, or maybe how can I blend all of these things? So tap into your intuition on Sunday. Again, we have the moon here in reverse, saying that you're not listening to your intuition. We're not listening to our dreams, and we're not having faith in the unknown. We're trying to control too much of the outcome of something versus understanding and knowing that luck is actually on our side. It is Thursday when Pluto will go retrograde, like I said, and I think that's why we're seeing all of a sudden these three major arcana come out, because this is the energy of Pluto going retrograde within the sign of Aquarius. Anytime a planet goes retrograde, it is asking us to review, to reflect, to reevaluate certain areas of our lives. And when it comes to Pluto, this is about transformation and personal power. We have a lot more personal power than we think we do, and those powers come through choice. Okay, so if you're able to see when a truth is being revealed to you, when you're able to see and take radical accountability for how your choices have directly impacted how you've been moving, it's a good time to really sit down and reflect on that. Listen to your intuition. Have patience with your journey. Focus more on being in harmony versus constantly doing. Let's see what the Oracle has to say. Oops, sorry about that. I like this deck because this deck can be read in reverse, direct or reverse, kind of like the tarot can. The prison waif, self-sabotage, poverty consciousness. If you are overthinking where you're at due to the fact that maybe you're afraid, like if you're not seeing the results that you want immediately, it can begin to trigger these fears of poverty, of feelings of lack and not having enough, or even not feeling worthy of what it is that we desire, when that's really not the case. The energy is saying, just be patient. Focus on divine timing. Have faith in divine timing. Have faith that you are on the path that you are on, and have faith that luck is actually on your side. Don't give in to these self-sabotaging beliefs. Don't give in to these self-sabotaging habits. This is number 31. 3 is all about divine expression. It's about the Holy Trinity, the mind, body, and spirit, which is always needing to be in balance because one directly affects the other. 1 is about creation, and it's about the self. How we are in balance with ourselves creates the foundation for our choices. Putting them together, 3 and 1 equals 4. 4 represents foundation. It represents stability. It represents security. So our foundations, how the balance that we feel within between our mind, body, and spirit helps us create the foundations that ultimately our future will be built on. So if we're trying to build a new future on self-sabotaging beliefs, on a self-sabotaged foundation, it's not going to be very sturdy. So try not to give in to those limiting beliefs. Try not to give in to that self-sabotage and that poverty consciousness. Have faith that the path you're on is divinely guided. And I was thinking about the 7 of Cups, and I heard, don't second guess yourself. Stop second guessing your journey. Just because something seems shinier over here does not mean that it's gonna, like I said, bring the value that you want. Stop second guessing your choices. Listen to your intuition. Air Dragon helps you rise above earthly matters. Communicate honestly, brings inspiration and hope, seeing life from a higher perspective. Here with the King of Swords. I immediately thought of that when I saw the Air Dragon. I was like, this is really King of Swords energy, but seeing things from a much more logical standpoint. The King of Swords, he's not very emotional. So his emotions, unless he's in reverse, unless he's feeling overwhelmed, unless he is not emotionally regulated, he doesn't really let his emotions guide his decisions. He's much more logical, he's much more analytical, and he's much more practical. So understand that seeing life from that higher perspective, having that faith, and I think really seeing how these subconscious beliefs of lack are really driving this behavior. subconscious beliefs of maybe not feeling worthy of your desires. We are in Taurus season, and Taurus rules the second house. And the second house also governs self-worth. Face your shadow. There are subconscious fears here that are trying to come forward. They're trying to come forward most likely in your dreams or through your actions. And there's a struggle to want to face them. And you need to ask yourself, why do I not want to face these shadows? What would happen if I actually let go of this part of my belief system? What would happen if I actually embraced the idea that I really am worthy of what it is that I desire? Because remember, luck is on your side, and there is no need for you to overextend yourself or do more than is necessary this week. As you can see, Pluto going retrograde within the sign of Aquarius is really going to turn some energy on its head. So I hope you enjoyed that reading. As always, please make sure that you hit that thumbs up, subscribe to this channel, and hit that little notification bell. Those things really do help more than you know, especially to small creators like myself. And just so you know, and as a little reminder, tarot and astrology, they are not substitutes for your mental, emotional, and physical well-being. So please make sure that you are checking in with yourself, checking in with your friends to make sure that everybody is safe, happy, and knows that they are loved. I hope you guys have an incredible week, and we will see you next week. So as always, please make sure that you hit that thumbs up, subscribe to this channel, and hit that little notification bell. Those things really do help more than you know, especially to small creators like myself. And just so you know, and as a little reminder, tarot and astrology, they are not substitutes for your mental, emotional, and physical well-being. So please make sure that you are checking in with yourself, checking in with your friends to make sure that everybody is safe, happy, and knows that they are loved. I hope you guys have an incredible week, and we will see you next week.